Rain fell softly over the small churchyard that afternoon, washing away the chalky dust from the gravel path. Inside, white flowers were being arranged. Laughter echoed, and a fragile hope lingered in the heart of a young woman named Emily Carter. Once a bright, lively girl, Emily had dreamed of walking down the aisle like every other bride. But 2 years ago, a tragic car accident had stolen that dream, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. Despite the endless hospital stays and whispered pity from relatives, she held on to one small spark of hope. Someone would love her for who she was. Her family, though kind, had stopped believing. "Emily," her sister whispered one night, "you're beautiful. But no man wants to push a wheelchair for life." Those words burned deep. Still, Emily posted her wedding profile online, a photo in a simple dress, sitting gracefully in her wheelchair. "Looking for a heart that sees beyond the surface," her bio said. Days passed, then weeks. Each rejection hurt more than the last. Some men laughed. Others said she was too much work. By spring, she stopped checking her messages, until one day a new message appeared. "Hi, Emily, my name's Daniel. I saw your post. I'd love to meet you for coffee if that's okay." She hesitated. A stranger named Daniel Miller, a mechanic, father to a 6-year-old girl. A widower. Something about his message felt genuine, simple, not polished like others. She agreed. They met at a small cafe on a sunny afternoon. Daniel arrived with a nervous smile, holding a tiny pink flower his daughter had picked. "My little one says this flower means hope," he said shyly, placing it on the table. For the first time in years, Emily laughed, really laughed. They talked for hours. Daniel didn't stare at her wheelchair. He asked about her favorite books, her dreams, her favorite music. When she spoke about her accident, expecting him to flinch, he just nodded. "Pain changes us," he said, "but it doesn't define us." Over the next few weeks, Daniel visited often. He brought his daughter Lily, who instantly loved Emily. They painted together, baked cookies, and filled Emily's quiet home with laughter. Still, rumors spread. Neighbors whispered, "A single dad and a paralyzed woman? That's not a real family." But Daniel didn't care. One evening, as the sunset turned golden across the porch, he knelt before her and said softly, "Emily, people see what they want. But I see the woman who taught me to hope again. Will you let me be the one to walk beside you, even if it means I push your chair instead?" The news of Emily's engagement spread fast through the small town. Some people smiled politely. Others whispered behind her back. "She's lucky someone took pity on her," one woman said in the bakery line. Another scoffed, "How long will he stay once it gets hard?" But Daniel didn't hear them, or maybe he just didn't care. Every evening after work, he came by Emily's little house, fixing things she couldn't reach, bringing her favorite books, and sometimes just sitting quietly beside her, holding her hand. To him, love wasn't about what she couldn't do. It was about who she was. Their wedding day arrived 6 months later. The same church that had once seemed like a faraway dream now glowed in the sunlight. The aisle had been widened so her wheelchair could move easily. White roses lined the benches, and little Lily, wearing a pink dress, tossed flower petals ahead of her new mom. As the music began, Emily felt her heart race. For a moment she thought about everything she had lost. Her ability to walk, her old dreams, her confidence. But then she looked up and saw Daniel waiting at the altar, eyes shining with pride and love. Step by step, or wheel by wheel, she moved forward. The crowd fell silent. There was no pity now, only awe. When she reached Daniel, he knelt in front of her, not caring that his suit brushed the floor. "Emily," he said softly, "you taught me that real strength isn't standing tall. It's rising every day, even when life knocks you down." Tears rolled down her cheeks. She took his hands. "And you taught me that love isn't about walking together. It's about never giving up on each other." The pastor smiled, his voice trembling with emotion as he declared them husband and wife. When Daniel leaned in to kiss her, the crowd erupted into applause. And for the first time in years, Emily didn't feel broken. She felt whole, After the ceremony, Lily ran up to her. "Mommy Emily," she said, "can we dance?" Emily laughed, and Daniel lifted her gently from the wheelchair, holding her close as he swayed to the soft music. The crowd watched in silence, tears glistening. That night under the stars, Daniel and Emily sat together on the porch, Lily asleep inside. "You know," Daniel whispered, "people thought I was crazy to marry a woman who couldn't walk." Emily smiled. "And people thought I'd never be loved." He took her hand and kissed it. "Let them talk. We found what they spend their lives searching for." In that quiet moment, surrounded by the hum of crickets and the glow of hope, Emily realized her story wasn't one of tragedy. It was one of triumph. She wasn't the poor bride, rejected for being paralyzed anymore. She was Emily Miller, a wife, a mother, and living proof that love sees no limits. And sometimes, the bravest thing two broken souls can do is choose each other anyway.